Hello, viewers of the spell. Just two real quick things before we get going. One of which is I do have a Discord. Second of which is I am starting to do some of my original work, and I'll be occasionally posting it to this channel. So please check that out and see if you enjoy my world building. The second one is I'm gonna probably be skipping some bits you were expecting me to cover. Mostly so we can just get to the stuff later down the timeline. But, without further ado, let's begin this what if. Naruto was shocked that he was apparently so far away. No one knew what the elemental nations were. He was also a little shocked that there was a medallion that could translate languages. He had never imagined such a thing. He had heard Jiraiya talk about seals, but those didn't seem to be quite like this. As a pink-haired man walked up to him and said, "Hey, I'm Natsu. One of the people who found ya. And I'm a dragon slayer. Nice to meet ya." Naruto was a little confused with all those words, but he did understand them. As he also realized, what's a dragon slayer? As he said, "Heh. We have the powers of dragons to defeat dragons and, slay them." Naruto was a little taken aback, mostly because weren't dragons just mythical? As the blonde behind him said, "Natsu, stop trying to get in his face." As she walked up and introduced and just said, "Sorry, he can get a little hyper at times." As a blue cat floated down beside her and saying, "Yep, he gets like that." As Naruto said, "My bad, my full name is Naruto Uzumaki." As everyone else, as they nodded. As he said, "So, what's a guild?" As everyone looked at him, but considering he had just apparently told them that he was from somewhere so far away they'd never heard of, it didn't exactly surprise them when they thought about it. As Makarov decided to take the lead and say, "A guild is where various people come together to perform jobs or to complete a specific goal. For instance, Fairytail is a wizard's guild. Wizards gather here for primarily to work, but also to be safe. To be safe. And to have others to rely on." Naruto nodded, thinking that sounded a lot like a village. But from things he heard, he didn't know exactly how similar they were applicable to. As Makarov continued, "We brought you to the main guild building. When they found you, you seem to have been exhausted and passed out." Naruto nodded. "Presuming you're so far from home, it's doubtful you have any money you could expend to buy clothes or even have any sort of roof over your head. I think we can offer you a job helping to clean up the place." As Naruto nodded, as Makarov said, "Let me show you around the place." As they went downstairs, Naruto was surprised. It seemed that it was a large bar area with people sitting, and a pretty white-haired woman behind the counter. As Makarov waved her over and said, "This is Mira Jane, Fairytail's cover girl, along with our local barmaid." As Makarov said, "Okay, gonna insert this a while back." Naruto would introduce himself again. Makarov asked, "Can you use magic in any way? After all, this is a wizard's guild." As Naruto nodded, as he asked, "Magic?" Makarov nodded. As Naruto said, "I don't think that word translated well, but what do you mean?" As Natsu walked up and said, "Wow, either that translator isn't very good or from a really weird place if you don't know how to use if you don't know magic." As he lit his hand on fire. Naruto being surprised, but nodding, as he decided to bring out his hands, using the hand signs for shadow clones, as he made 3. As Natsu said, "Heh, you got it! That's magic." As Naruto just said, where we come we call it ninjutsu, and I think it might be a little different. Makarov nodding. That could be the case. I've heard of different places having slightly different magic. As Naruto said, yeah, either way we can get this place cleaned up in no time. As Makarov said, it is possible you might be able to join Fairytail if you wish. After all, this is a gathering place for wizards. Naruto would pause at this, as he simply asked, would you be just fine with me staying here for a while? As Makarov said, no issue. Your power might be a little odder than we're used to, but that's nothing new. As Naruto thought to what their reaction would be if they knew he had the Nine Tails inside of him, imagining scorn. As he heard a small ruckus behind him, as Makarov said, speaking of having abnormalities, as I also turned around and seed one of the black-haired people, he's walking around in his boxers, as he heard some random guy saying, "Great! Clothes!" As he seemed to stop and realize that he was in his underwear. Naruto seriously started to question what their reaction would be. As we flashed to somewhere else, as a cloaked man would arrive, saying, "I can't believe following through the disturbance actually worked. But I wonder where is that boy?" As we would flash forward sometime later, Naruto would have made some money cleaning and be helping out around the guild. But he was debating whether or not joining. In fact, it would be a full month. The lullaby incident would have gone off without Naruto getting involved, and Natsu would steal the S-ranked job request, with Naruto, once again, not really being involved in that incident. He was becoming good friends with Natsu, Gray, and Lucy, but he wasn't quite in with their shenanigans, primarily since he hadn't joined the guild yet. As we flash over a month, Naruto had found a cheap apartment to rent. He groaned as he got up. In some ways, it was worse than his previous one. As he got on his shirt, as he started to think, I haven't found a way to get back home yet, and Jiraiya hasn't tried contacting me. Maybe I should join the guild and try to see if they can teach me anything. After all, just doing push-ups isn't necessarily going to get me strong enough to beat Sasuke. If I just keep training my muscles, I'll just be a copy of Lee. As he would get to the guild hall, as he would be in shock, as metal beams would be shooting out the sides and the top, as he rushed to where the master was standing to find out what was going on. As we flash to the masked man, opening up another portal, and entering and coming out the other side. As he said, I have some interesting discoveries to tell you, Nagato. As a man with orange hair, as Nagato said, I don't know what you can tell me. You've only been gone a few hours. The man stopped, looked at him and said, What do you mean I've only been gone 12 hours? I've been gone a month. As that's where we're going to call it. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Stick around for more of this sort of content. And don't forget, if you don't leave a like or comment and have the nice interaction, YouTube loves to basically devour channels that don't get that. So, without further ado, this will be Spellreese signing off, and I hope you have a good day.